friends, MD Vegan, strawberry pie. It's the day today. I have my strawberries collected. I have to give you a look before we start here. This is my strawberries. I got 4 pounds or so. It's a huge amount. Just for a 7-inch springform, my new springform. Sometimes this here and the layer is hurt. And then I have a new one. It's inexpensive, but it's good that the cake doesn't stick here. It's so nice, not so nice. The color of the cake changes when it touches. See, this is broken. Yeah. So that's a very inexpensive one, but it's good to have a new one. And I lined it with parchment paper. It's easier to get the cake out of the pie afterwards. So what I want to tell you is that this 4 pounds of strawberries I need for the filling here. I mean a little bit less, but before I made the cake, before I began all the measurements here, I filled all the strawberries into this filling, into this form, and see how many I use. Because the idea of my fruit pies is I want to have a fruit pie and not a pie with a main filling or a dough or so. The main part really should be the fruit, and it's always such a surprise. You put all kinds of fruit, a huge amount of fruit into the filling. You fill the filling on top of it to keep it together. And then you cut it, after the next day, you cut the piece out of the cake and you wonder, where are all the fruit gone? It seems you can put as many fruit into the pie as you want. In the end, when it comes out of the fridge, the fruit is gone, almost. It's so crazy. So I'm clever now. I use a really huge amount of fruit. And I fill them in the form before I begin. And let's see how this works out this time. I have made some progress over the years. I have some more fruit and find some more fruit in the pies. But let's see what it works this time. So this is for the first part of the cake. The pie is always the bottom, the crust, and part 1. And that is almonds. In your food processor with the S-plate. That's the best way to get these crusts. They are standard raw food crusts, raw live bakery crusts. You just put, for example, some almonds in there. This 1.5 cups or so. 7 inches doesn't need that much. You want to have a little thicker crust. That is nice because the strawberries they can seep a little bit into the crust. That is very delicious. Strawberries are delicious. Yeah, so I put the almonds into the food processor just as is. You have the dates to make it stick together, or sticky down, comes the next step. So first, a coarse meal. Step 1. Coarse meal, show you. Here, this is what I call a coarse meal. I take out some here. This is coarse. It's not as fine as it will be to press it into a dough, but to break it down before I put the dates. Here I have about 10 dates or so, 10 dates. You can take 8. Less and more sweeter, less sweeter. The more dates you take, the less time you need to make the sticky dough. Step 2, sticky dough. Here, 10 dates. And I use a lemon later in the recipe, and I have the zest of the lemon here to refine a little bit the flavor of the dough. That's totally optional. You don't need it. I just put a little zest into it because the strawberries, I know, they like a little bit sour, a little bit lemon flavor. They like it a lot. Let's see if it works. Step 2, sticky dough. Sticky dough, I show you again. Takes a little bit more time, but but less as than if I put the dates together with the almonds in the first place. See, sticky dough means I press it together with the fingers and it sticks together. Sticky dough. Yeah, that's it. So the problem is when I over-process, get marzipan. And it's also nice to have marzipan, but it's a very different cake. I don't want to have marzipan. I want to have a nice and fluffy dough. Yeah. And so I don't over-process. That's the message. put it all now into the sticks. The third step is making crust. Guys, put the sticky dough into the form that is filled with, lined with parchment paper. And now I need some time to massage it. Usually when you make a dough or a cake or bakery, traditional bakery, bread or whatever it is, cakes, the main part I was taught is kneading. And the kneading, we don't need it for the processor and so, but what we can do is here, I fill the dough into the form. Now I spread it evenly, and then I begin to press it down with my hand. You can also take a tool for that. Some have a tool for that to do it. Yeah, I think the fist is okay. Yeah, you can put the whole weight on top of it, but take some time because it has to be really a nice crust that keeps together when I cut a piece out of the cake. That's the most important, one of the most important things. So begin now to press it down, and I come back in a second to show you what it looks like. That's the crust here, it looks like. I have to be really thoroughly here. You see, the sides have to be pressed here with the fingertips, and so now it's firm. And it's not too thick, but it's not too thin. It's, well, let's see, maybe a third inch or so, not too much. And it's a nice crust that can hold some strawberries. So now very easy. What I do is, basically I fill all the strawberries into the crust, into the filling, and then I create a cashew cream and pour it over. That's it. But I make the cashew cream first, yeah? Okay. That is a little bit tricky because the thing with the cashew cream and the filling is it has to hold together the pie, the filling of the pie, and it has to be firm. So when I cut a piece out of the pie, the filling doesn't run away. That's the thing. So to get that is, I begin with cashews to make the cream. And cashew cream would be a little bit heavy, so I put some bananas into the cashew cream. I have here 1.5 cup of cashews, almost 2. And here 2 bananas. I blend the bananas with the cashews to get the cashew cream. Yeah, the bananas make it lighter. The cashews on their own, a little bit heavy, too much nuts. Some bananas to make it lighter, that's all. So, bananas, cashews. So the thing is, for the liquid, I would use water, but the more water I take, the more difficult it is for the nut cream to keep together, to firm up. So instead of water, I begin with a lemon here. I have a small lemon here, or half a large one without the peel, and that is the peel, or the peel from this lemon I took for the zest in the crust. And the dates, to balance the sour flavor a little bit, to make the cream a little bit sweeter, just a little bit touch, not too much, just the cream is more important. So the lemons here, they have a little bit of liquid, they give a little bit of liquid. The dates are dry, the lemons are fresh, liquid. So I blend that now with the lemons and the bananas, and I guess I need a little bit of water. It would be on its own with the bananas only, and the lemon wouldn't be enough. So just a slight amount, a little bit amount of water, just the smallest amount possible to get the blender going. Let's see. Blender dance. Looks good. Let me check. Oh, that looks nice. I show you. Isn't that perfect? And my idea was eat strawberries with cream. That was my, the summer came and I thought, yeah, strawberries with cream, yes, let's do it. This is the idea of the cream. Look what it's like. The blending works perfectly. You have this texture, this picture, like a little cross little blades of a ventilator. And that's why it looks like when it was perfect. Less water, that wouldn't happen, it would be stuck in, so that's not so good. So what I do now is let it sit for a second. The cashews now they soak. They're still a little bit coarse. The first blending breaks them down, and then they soak. Yeah, they soak a little bit right now, and give them some time. And meanwhile, I put the filling into the cake, the strawberries. That's the main part. Yeah, and I said I want to make sure this is really a strawberry pie. So 4 pounds here. I washed them, of course. And take out some of the strawberries I put into the form before. Take some out of the strawberries out, the largest ones, and make them in 2 halves. 2 halves. Yeah, these are half strawberries. You see, strawberry halves. And I put them around the cake, the pie, on the sides to decorate. So when I open the cake, when it's from the fridge, out of the fridge, I see the strawberries, the half strawberries from outside. That's so beautiful. I'll do that now. So I press it onto the crust and push the cut directly to the springform, to the side. And that's how I make it visible. And at the same time, I make sure they don't fall down. I press a little harder, not too hard. I don't want to destroy or mash the strawberries. And also what I did is before I cut the strawberries into halves, I put them all into my crust, like this. I did that before. I have been in there once already. It's a little bit of preparation, but you see, I have the perfect number of strawberries. You see? That's what I did before. Now I know the perfect number of strawberries inside. That's it. And now I can put the rest of the strawberries in together with the cream. But I want to make a trick. I want to put some of the cashew cream on the bottom of the crust to have a little bit like a line to keep the strawberries from falling away from the cake. And there will be a lot of strawberries in that cake, so I make sure they don't fall off, so slide away the whole cake from the crust. Will be not good. So now, I guess a little line, a little glue on the bottom. I finalize the cream. It's a little bit firm, but that's very cool. I will blend one more time. Let's see what it's like when I do it. And then I put the coconut butter in. So I see it is still nice, moving. Now it is creamy. Now it has turned to a cream. But it wouldn't firm up as much as I needed for the cake to hold together. What I do is now I put in the coconut butter. You can also take coconut oil, whatever you have at hand. I prefer the butter. I'll show what I did. This is a container with hot water. The coconut butter is firm and liquid. It's still white. Coconut oil would be all translucent if you thaw it, if you liquefy it on a water bath. I prefer the coconut butter here. It has a little bit of stronger coconut flavor. So you don't like the coconut flavor, you might take the coconut oil. But I take the coconut butter because the butter is more wholesome than the oil. The oil is only only fat. With the coconut butter you have some more fiber. And that is healthier. And it is firmer. It firms more up. It makes it, I need less coconut butter than coconut oil because it firms up more in the fridge. And I put 5 dates. I told you before because The dates make it a little bit balanced with sour flavor. The cream usually is not sour. A little bit of sour it can be, more to keep the bananas light. Yeah, they turn brown if you put no lemon at all. So a little bit of lemon, but not for lemony flavor. That's why the dates will balance a little bit. And I hope it works. Let's see. So one more blender dance to finish everything. It's a little bit tricky the moment I put the coconut cream or butter in. The moment the blending gets harder. It's less liquid, it's firmer. So I have to check what it tastes like. Pretty heavy now. I put me some more water, a little bit water. Because you know, there's a bubble above the blades that keeps the blender from working, so a little bit of water will make that easier. So one more. Let's see, we have the bubble still. The blender pulls down, there's a little bit of bubble. The blender pulls down the air, and the air then collects over the blade, and it makes a bubble and more water. So that works now, the bubble is away. And it might be a little bit much cream. Let's see. I can always keep the cream in the refrigerator, use it later again, no problem. Just for you to know, maybe it's too much. But what I do now is I fill a little bit of the cream on the bottom of the cake here, the crust. See, it's still ready. Yeah. Just to make the glue, so to say. Better hold the strawberries on the pie. See here? Whoops. You see, creamy. Now I have to spread it evenly. So now I cement the strawberries into the pie so that they keep and they don't fall around. Keep their shape. A little bit careful here. And once the cream is in, the bottom layer, I will now put the strawberries here. Sure, that's what it looks like here. It's not difficult, it's very easy. See, that's now the bottom layer. The strawberries now in, and I have to see how many I can put in. Might be too much. I want to have whole strawberries. Just put them all in. Well, it's not bad. Yeah. So now, press them a little. I put a little bit of the cream, you see here. There are still a lot of holes between the strawberries. So it looks like a lot of strawberries. Not so sure what it looks like when the cake is done. I take a piece out of the cake and what it looks like then. So I will now begin to, there's the first layer of strawberries, so to say. I begin to put the cream on this first layer to help the cream cover all of the strawberries so that no strawberries on their own, so to say. They all have a little bit of cream. So they need to stick together. Yeah? The pie should not fall apart. You only have fruit then it can. Why would they hold together? How that? So the filling needs to be heavy. It is a small amount of filling, relatively. That's what I want. I want more strawberries than filling. So small amount of filling, but that filling got to be strong. So that's why I begin with a small amount here. Press a little bit. Now I don't know if this filling goes everywhere. I have to help a little bit with the tip of the spoon. Because I always say, as I said, so strange how the strawberries or the other fruit begin to vanish when the cake is ready. That is a miracle. So that's why I've been a little bit more observant here. I put some of the other strawberries on top to give it a little bit more. Yeah, because there are some holes. I don't want to put. I don't just fill the holes here. There are some holes. I have to be careful that there are no holes. So then, yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. It's a little bit tricky, I'm telling you, but it's worth it. It's all worth it. You have a cake now with almost only fruit. That is the super thing. These kind of cakes are so nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of, still a little bit bubbly here. I see a bubble coming up, so put it in here. One more strawberry here. Yeah. So I need a filling on top. The cream needs on top because, see, that's all I have left. There's 5 or 6 strawberries I have left, that's all. So the rest of the cream goes on top to make it complete. Because the strawberries cannot be on the open air in the cake, because then the strawberries they will turn bad. They have to be a little bit covered. When you make a strawberry pie for the same day, mother recently she told me she made a cake, a strawberry pie for her friends, family, and they eat it on the same day. You need nothing put on top of the strawberries. But when you make the strawberry cake for a week or so, as I do, I eat every day a piece or so, the dessert, or as a breakfast. You can eat these cakes as a breakfast too, I would say. They're so nice. A lot of fruit, nuts, perfect breakfast. If you do that, then you should put a filling on top. And that's what I did here. It's a packed cake, a packed pie. See, what I do now is I put the foil on top, so no air is between the filling and the foil, because the air would allow for the water to fall into the cake, and then the puddles, they make the cake a little bit less beautiful. I want a beautiful cake, so foil is a must. I come back to you when this cake is done. That is for you a second, for me a night, and I show you to cut out a piece. See you soon. Hey, it's one day later now. I hope the cake is done. I touch it here, the foil, touch it soft, that's good, because when you make a filling, like here to keep the strawberries, then they can always be too soft. That's not good, the cake falls apart. Or it can be too firm. Then you have a stone to eat. I mean, I over exaggerate, but you get the idea. The texture has to, so it seems to be nice. And here, I take the foil off. You see here, there's some nests with a little bit of water. You see, this is what I wanted to avoid. But it's just these very small amounts. I guess you might see it. Here's another one, a little nest here. Yeah, a little air, then the water falls down. Then you have a little bit of water on the surface, but it's nothing. Yeah? Without that foil, it will be all over, and that is not so nice. The color changes, so tried it before. So the foil is really great. I just want to show you, just a little trick. And I keep the foil, of course, until the cake is eaten. It takes me some days. I don't eat that much, but it is a wonderful dessert or also a breakfast. Such a cake, all these whole food, fruit, nuts, nothing in but that. With coconut butter, okay. That's not so much. So that's a nice food in between. So I take some time to finish this, and I always take the foil back on top, put it back in the fridge. Very easy. The foil is not a total waste. So now what I have to do is open here this lock here, and for the spring form to open, and then we have the first problem. I have to use a knife, a very thin knife with a thin blade, to drive around the cake to loose it from the spring form. Otherwise, it can tear apart. The cake can open up. That's not so good. So let's see. Open it, and now I'll see what happens. Be very careful. It's a very important moment. Yeah, it looks good. A little bit I need to help. Yeah, it looks good. First view. I don't see big problems here coming. So it's good. I can, but I have to a little bit of help. Sometimes it opens just like that, just without any problem. That is the best, of course. But it's also, as I said, it's also nice to have a creamy filling. Of course, delicious, creamy filling. And then it is open. It's easier to fall apart, of course, to stick to the form or so. Yeah. But it is a very good attempt. Very good. It seems very good to me. This is the outer ring of the spring form. Take it away. Put it on the foil to leave. And now we have the cake. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I wanted to know. Oh, wait. I show you from the close-up. Just you have to see that. That's how I decorated my cake. I put the whole strawberries, the half strawberries on the side. You see, that's what it looks like. Isn't that nice? It looks like strawberries with cream. That's exactly what I wanted. So nice. Here, the crust is just not even it's not even a half a centimeter. It's very nice, very nice. So some nuts at the bottom, a little bit of strawberry juice again seeps into it. Might be so yummy, but that remains to be seen. And now that's the first day after I make the cake. The first day. That means the filling will firm up every day. It will get firmer, and that's nice because now it's very creamy. And I have a little bit of issue with cutting a piece out of the cake because when it's not firm enough, so tomorrow, and perfect would be the day after tomorrow to cut it, the shape of the pieces of the cake is not perfect. But I don't care, I don't mind. Yeah, this kind of imperfection, I guess, is nice. It doesn't matter. But you will see it when you make your own cake, and the days after that, it gets more and more precise, the pieces. That's nice. But that's a sign that the cake is very good, and you could make it ahead of time. You go to a party or so. These raw food cakes are very, people on the parties, they like it a lot. They like cakes oftentimes, and traditional cakes are usually pretty heavy as compared to these ones. They are so light, so the people oftentimes, they like it, and they can be so delicious. You have mainly fruit and nuts, and that is something most cakes have not. So people like, and my experience says, this is the easiest part to introduce vegan to families or friends or so. Just make them these kind of raw food cakes. I always like it. They ate it first among all the other cakes. It's my experience. So now, so when you go to a party, you can make it 2 days ahead of time. And then you can, when you cut a piece on the party, you know it is easier to cut. Yeah. And that's good to be able to make it a little bit earlier. Then you have some time to prepare and so. So now I want to lift the piece out of the cake, the pie. Let's see if it works. That is the tricky part. And it looks, oh wow, that looks nice. But yes, it's a little bit soft. As I said, wait one more day and it is firming up all the time. But that's the price I have to pay for using so many, oh, there it falls down. I have to use so many strawberries. Let's see. Let's be tricky. perfect. That's the price when you use so many fruit. I show you. It's a little fragile. The flavor all kinds tastes wonderful. Here, this is a piece of my strawberry pie. I like it. Very nice, right? It's a little bit shaky still, but it's cool. And it will only firm up in the days to come. I can see the beautiful pieces already, no problem. Yeah, I'm happy. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Wow, look at that. This is my perspective for this afternoon. Oh, my strawberry pie will be a great fun. Yeah, thanks for watching again. I hope to see you soon.